Hey, I want to thank all of you for jumping on, especially our military men and women. I want to thank you for your service from the bottom of my heart. Because of you, we're able to do what we do. And you know, I'll tell you, if you're someone that has served, you're going to want to pay special attention. We've got three very special guests, one in the middle, one at the end, and one here in the beginning. And I just encourage you to listen to all of the information, because I promise you there's something here that you're going to connect with. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I want to get to our first guest. Before we do, please understand we don't treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent anything. Give your body the right tools. It knows what to do. And all of our income presented here is for demonstration purposes only. All right. I get to introduce a good friend of mine, and he doesn't live too far from here, and I met him several years ago. Scott Brott, Marine, father, grandfather, entrepreneur. He's got a heart the size of Texas, literally, and he's got an amazing story. And Scott, I just want to turn it over to you, and if you can, just share with everybody kind of, maybe what you did in the military, and then what happened afterwards, and then what happened and when you found what we're sharing tonight and what it's done for your life.
Yeah, I can do that, Aaron. Thanks for inviting me to this call. It's really an honor. Yeah, my story it's in my mind amazing. I joined the Marine Corps back in when I was 18 years old, 1978. Down at Parris Island. All you military Marines out there that hear that Parris Island, I know you're getting goosebumps. It's a memory that will always stick with us. I served 4 years in the Marine Corps at Camp Geiger and Camp Lejeune. And after that 4 years, my biggest mistake that I regret to this day is getting out of the Marine Corps. I am a Marine, die hard all the way through. I was in real good shape when I got out of the Marine Corps. I was full of energy, discipline, and my life was good. Got a job, started building a family, doing the good old boy stuff, drinking beer, eating chips, just like everybody else is doing. But I still had my energy. I was enjoying life. I was proud to be a Marine. I told everybody I'm a Marine. I look like a Marine. I worked for a leather company for 16 years. I was still in shape. I looked like a Marine. Well, then when I got into my 40s, 50s, well, the first picture you see up there on the left, that's me and my beautiful wife, Donna. The center picture, I still look at this today and I wonder what the hell I ever did to become looking like that. I got out of the Marine Corps at 210 pounds. That center picture right there, I was 268 pounds. I had lost all my energy, no motivation, just going through life saying, okay, yeah, I'm getting older. It is the way it is. I ended up starting to go to the gym, and this is where I met Aaron and got information about this company, the great products that I needed, because I was doing everything wrong, trying to lose weight. I just didn't look right. And once I started on these products, I noticed right away, I started losing weight. I had more energy, and this was right off the bat. Well, then a bunch of us that joined the company about the same time, not knowing in the background, we all just kind of quit taking them for a week, thinking, oh yeah, this is just a farce. It's one of those things. And it's a joke to this day. I've been with this company for 3.5 years, and it's still a joke today that how many people really do that just to prove that these products work. So we got on her, and at first, when everybody was jumping aboard, I told my wife, Don, I said, I don't want to join. I'll figure something else out. Week and a half after everybody joined, I looked at Don and I said, I need to do something. I need to do it now. And that was a great decision. We started off at first as just for the products, taking the products. And then we decided if we're going to do this, we're going in full tilt 100%. And that's what we did. We got a hold of Aaron. I said, what do we got to do to make this a business? And that was a great decision. It's nice to see you making money and money being put into your account by doing something you're loving. I mean, I feel like a Marine again. I mean, that third picture right there was just, I don't know, taken 6 months ago. I mean, I feel like a Marine again. I look like a Marine again. You know, I'm going to be 60 years old in June, and I look at some 60-year-old and I just think I need to talk to them, because I cannot believe the energy that I have since I've joined this company and taken these products. And when I was 268 pounds in the center, I was on 3 different medications. One for acid reflux, one for cholesterol, and I was a borderline diabetic. To this day, I'm on nothing but the products. And I have the energy. It's like I said, I just feel like an old Marine today, and I'm happy.
You certainly look it. You certainly look it, Scott. You look absolutely amazing, and just so proud of you. And you've really helped impact a lot of people. And again, I just want to thank you for your service. And you know, you're still serving people, right? You're still out here serving by showing people what's possible. So thank you so much, sir, for your information this evening. Guys, what we're talking about is a company that has everything from nutritional products to skincare to energy drinks and more. It's just not one person in a lab coat that's, you know, creating this stuff and saying, here, go sell this because it's good. It's a collaborative effort. We've actually got a scientific advisory board. We've got a wellness council made up of literally hundreds of healthcare practitioners all over the world that all have input into what goes into these products and what we need and what they need for their products and their patients. So that's why we get such great results. We take scientific data and then we apply it with collaboration, and we get up with, we really come up with unbelievable products. This is what I like to call our differentiation page. We've got more third parties, more things vetting our products to make sure that what we say that it does, what's in it, and the amount that's in it is clean, safe, and effective. And you're going to hear that more and more and more through this presentation. Our products, you guys, all you got to know is they're clean, they're safe, and what you just heard from Scott, they're effective. One of the things I want to zero in on is what we like to call a transformation pack. It's because it helps you with that inflammation, it helps you with your energy, and it helps you, you know, get defined, ripped, or lose weight, whatever that is that you're looking for, right? And we do it with these products. One is a liquid nutrition. It's called MOA. It's 36 superfoods all into one little drink. It's unbelievable. It tastes fantastic. It has a natural preservative in it. So again, no chemicals, none of the bad, all of the good. And you can see there on the screen there, how many of you are looking to boost your immune system? How many of you want to support, you know, healthy joints and bones? How many of you want, you know, kind of that cognitive brain function, healthy digestion, all of those things. And again, we've got a lot of people whose testimonies are, it helps to mitigate inflammation. The second one to the right, it's one of my favorites. It is an energy product. It is the world's cleanest energy. It's about a 5 to 6 hour lift me up with no crash. I mean, think about it. Have you ever had too much caffeine or too many of those energy drinks with sugars or chemicals, and you get this high and then this crash spike down? You don't get any of that, no jitters, nothing. It's just like a 6 hour get stuff done product. It's inexpensive, right? Moa's a little less than $3 a day. Rejuvenex a little less than $2 a day. You guys, I know people that go to a coffee store, they buy 1 cup of coffee and pay $5 or $6 or more. And they're looking a lot of times for energy, and they might get it for short term. This is going to give you a 5 to 7 hour energy that you're going to appreciate and love. This next product is one of our top selling products worldwide. It's homeopathic and herbal. It's a body balancing product. Guys, it simply drops under the tongue before your 3 largest meals. So it's simple. In our clinical trial, men lost an average of 2/3 a pound a day, women a 1/2 pound a day. But I will tell you, you're going to hear from somebody who outperformed that. And even me personally, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. That was 7 years ago. And you know, it's a product that works, and it's so fun because you can use it wherever you're at in your physique, and you're going to see that. It comes with a food list. It's good common sense food, guys. This isn't a diet. Diets don't work. We all know that. This is a lifestyle change, but the products help you to make the change where you're craving good foods, where your body is getting balanced, and where then signs and symptoms start to resolve. So I get to introduce now our next guest, Hannibal Rock Bray. This guy is a great friend. He's a bad dude. West Point grad, Army helicopter pilot, amazing father, but he also is an entrepreneur. So Hannibal, and your transformation here, every time that I look at it, it's almost too good to be true, but it's not, because I know you personally. So Hannibal, could you jump on here and kind of tell us your story, kind of from military to, look at what happened here and what you're doing now today with this company?
Absolutely. And Aaron, thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate being here. I have to tell you guys, when I first met Aaron a little over 2 years ago, I just assumed he was in the military. I met him in the gym. He gave me a big old handshake. He was throwing the weights around. He was working out like a soldier. So it's no coincidence that he shares a similar passion for us. Very impressive in your own right. Former rodeo champion. I love hanging out with you, Aaron, and getting on calls like this. So thanks for hosting this. I think it is important that we speak to our active duty military personnel and veterans out there, and those of us who care about people who are out there on the front lines serving our country. I'm very grateful I've had the chance to serve my country, and that's kind of what drew me to this opportunity. The guy you're going to hear from next, we had a common background, and he put that out there, and I saw that, and I said, you know what, this is different. But my name's Hannibal Bray. I live in Washington, D.C. I'm 47 years old. I got Midwest roots, though. I grew up in Iowa and Wisconsin. I did serve in the Army for 8 years. I flew helicopters. And, when I was in the military and when I was in college, I was an athlete. Staying in shape was our job. It was just kind of what we did. And I didn't have to give it a whole lot of thought. But when I first got introduced to this program about 2.5 years ago, I'll tell you where I was. I was a new dad for the first time. I have a 2.5-year-old baby boy now and a 3-week-old. We just had a baby a couple weeks ago. But 2.5 years ago when I saw this, I was so stressed out, guys. I was getting ready to be a dad. I had all these goals. And I'm an overachiever, but I wasn't where I felt like I should be. Physically, I was in the worst shape of my life. Financially, I was making really good money in my sales job, but I was finding ways to spend it all. And I was looking at the future, and I wasn't really excited. I wasn't excited about going to my job, even though I was making really good money. Wasn't excited about doing that. I didn't see how that was going to get me where I wanted to go, which was ultimately, I want what I think we all want. We want wealth in however you define it. And I define it first and foremost as my health. I don't care how much money you have. If you don't have your health, you just can't put a price tag on that. So for me, first and foremost is my health, because if I'm not taking care of myself, I become a liability to other people. Then it's my family. Then it's, doing some work that matters, having a job, having a purpose, whether that's in your full-time job. Some people are just doing what they got to do to pay the bills. And what they love about our program here is that they get to be a part of something. Right? Yeah, it's a way to make some extra money, but it can take some time to build that up. But along the way, you can be a part of a team. We've got guys who've joined the team 2 years ago. My friend Neil Hightower, who and he's in his mid-60s, served over 20 years in the Navy. Let himself go. He let himself get out of shape. This dude is in like high school shape right now, inspiring young and old guys alike. These are the kind of people that we're attracting. A younger guy, Kevin McKee, still on active duty in the Air Force. 17 years. He's retiring here in a couple of years. He's going to have a pension lined up, but he's doing the math. He's like, you know what? I want more. I want more for myself. I want more for my family. I want to be able to have a bigger impact. I want to be able to do more things. So he's only been on the team for 2 months, and he's already getting results with, online, some social media, finding people to bring onto the business, and he's having success. He's experiencing transformation with the products. Richard Young joined the program yesterday, and he's been with us for 24 hours. He was drawn to the military culture, the military vibe that our team has, and he's just been watching videos nonstop. He's on here tonight, watching, listening. He's doing exactly what we expect new people to do: is just get yourself trained, be immersed in the culture, and then we're going to show you how to take action, and we're going to give you the coaching you need. We're not going to ask you to do anything that we wouldn't personally do ourselves, that we haven't done ourselves. It's very much a lead by example culture. And then Joe Tortorisi, third generation Navy, joined the team a week ago. He lives down in Tennessee, but he's a New Yorker at heart. He saw the same thing that we all did too. He saw a way that he could come in and lose some weight, make some extra money so he can be there for his family. And I think that's really a common theme for a lot of us. But I'll just tell you guys that the products flat out work. I was super skeptical. I'm like, you're telling me I can take these products and follow your meal plan and I don't have to exercise, I don't have to starve myself, and I can lose weight. They showed me this clinical study. I'm like, all right, I'll be your Huckleberry. Let me give this a shot. Guys, the first 30 days, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days, no exercise. My goal was to lose 50. I lost 30 in 30 days. By 2 months, I was down 47 pounds and I hadn't even started exercising yet. I was just doing walking every day, some stretching, planks. I wasn't even doing push-ups. By 90 days, I was down 63 pounds. I won first prize. The company had a transformation contest. That was kind of cool. That's for the first time I actually met people. And after that, I realized, okay, there's a business here. So that's when I started talking to the guy you're going to hear next. I'm like, how do we scale this up? How do we share this with more people? He's like, just tell your story. He's like, you've gone out there, you've done it. You've gone through the physical transformation. Just show people what's possible. And weight loss is just one part of what our company offers. Aaron went over the products. I love that. I love that it's not just a one-trick pony, because this isn't the first home business I've tried. I've tried a lot of them. I've loved the idea of residual income, but it had always been elusive for me. The company's never really lived up to the promise out there, you know, and I'm an amateur musician. I'm like, okay, the chances of me writing a hit song and getting royalties for that residual income, I don't know about that. I tried real estate investing. I didn't like being a landlord. Property preservation costs were just a headache. I flipped some houses. I made money doing that, but it was super stressful. So home business, all the books I read, it just made sense that this was the best way to do it. Now, one of the things that turned me off a little bit, and maybe if you're seeing this, maybe you've tried this before, maybe you've been approached before, the statistics can be kind of daunting if you look at it and see that, only a couple, a small percentage of people really have success with this. Well, one, that depends how you define success. I told you, it's not just about money. It's about losing your dad bod, right? It's about getting in the best shape of your life, okay? Even if you don't make any money, can you put a price tag on that? Being a part of a team, having something to look forward to. There are so many intangibles as a part of it. But what I'll say is, it's only daunting if you don't know what to do, right? If it's only a small percentage of people that have success, just find out what they did. Find out how they got there. Follow in their footsteps. If they're willing to show you the blueprint, the roadmap, and they are, and if they're willing to help you along and do it, there's absolutely no reason you should fail unless you quit, unless you think you're too cool for this, okay? And I'm telling you, I talk to a lot of people who sometimes think they're too cool for, home business or network marketing. Well, that has changed over the last 6 to 8 weeks since this, what's going on in the world. People who, maybe had a different perception of it, they're like, hey, Hannibal, tell me more about this, because their ability to earn just got cut, right? And everybody's concerned about their health. They're looking for ways to, boost up their health, to be more resilient, to, become the best version of themselves. So, Aaron, I appreciate you letting me share here tonight. I know there's so many people who are on here tonight that they need this and they want this, and maybe they just need some encouragement. They need to hear some more stories from guys like me and others on here, that they can do this. You can do this, and that there is support, there is help. So Aaron, thanks for doing this. Thanks for bringing this to so many people. And I think you get to hear from the big man next, right?
Yep, coming right up. And thank you so much, Hannibal, for sharing. Really appreciate you and everything that you're doing to make a difference, not just for you and your family, but literally people all around the world. Speaking of all around the world, this is actually a friend of mine. Her name is Brittany. She's a military wife. And, if you're somebody that knows somebody that suffers from PTSD, I'll tell you what, we don't have time tonight, but ask for the video where she shares her testimony. It's unbelievable. Here's some other transformations, you guys. And again, it's any type of physique. These products can help you take your physique or your health to the next level. Unbelievable. And these are people all across the country that are getting these results. It's so much fun to watch the transformations happen. The guy there on the left, that's a good friend of mine. He's an attorney out of Michigan, one of the top criminal defense attorneys, Vince Green. Just you guys, people making a difference in their health, like Hannibal just said. A lot of people like to add in a meal replacement shake. They're clean. Again, you can look at the screen, you guys, but here's what's great about our products. Here's a greens product. £2 per serving. I mean, how many of you, come on, be honest with yourself, know somebody that's went to the store, said, I'm going to get healthy. You buy a bunch of vegetables, and then in 2 weeks, you throw out about $200 worth of vegetables that rotted. This is 56 pounds in each bag. It tastes great. Guys, it's just a great way to get real nutrition in your body to help your body start to make a difference. And then we just go out and share it. It's very simple to start. Guys, starting a business is $24.95 one time, boom. And then you just pick a pack, right? We like these transformation packs because it gives you a sampling of the products that we mentioned. You have access to everything that our company offers, but this is a simple way to start your own personal transformation and take your physique to the next level. If you're like me and a lot of people that are really interested from a business perspective, I would suggest that Ultimate Pack. It gives you many products for you and maybe a family member too to try, but you can also have some to sell and recoup your investment. And then to keep commission eligible, it's very simple. You just find one customer that's going to spend about $150 once every 4 weeks. That's it. You can be the customer. You can find somebody else. You guys, there's nothing else to this. Then the only other thing that we do is we share this information with people that, especially today in the environment, are looking for something that they can do from their home, that they can control, right? One thing I love about this model is there's nobody going to tell you what you can do, when you can do it, or how much you can, right? So nobody's going to limit the amount of income. You're not limited by territory. You can literally build a global business. And speaking of a global business, our next guest has one of the largest global business that exists. Steve Schwartz, U.S. Army captain, father, entrepreneur. This guy literally has built teams worldwide. And this picture right here says it all. Literally, you guys, this is not an exaggeration. Steve Schwartz has gone from the military to now making millions of dollars in this industry. And the way that he's done it is to help lots of people and lead them on their path to success. So Steve, could you share with us, please?
Hey, what's going on? This is Steve Schwartz. I'm coming to you guys from Carlsbad, California. And this webinar is awesome. I mean, I love sharing the screen with you guys and just the stories, because that's what this is all about. It's about creating stories, changing your life, and having transformation. So a little bit about myself. I was an Army officer. I was an Army captain. I spent 7 years on active duty. As a kid, I grew up in college sports. Hey, Chuck's taking over. And so we got radio. We got freaking it's like an Army radio right now. But I love what this business has actually done for so many people. So if you want to know how you could actually go from like your military experience, whether you got out 20 years ago, 30 years ago, yesterday, you're still active, wherever you are. First of all, I want to say thank you for your service. And I don't wear a suit, but I think this shirt looks a little better. You know, home of the brave, right? The flag, we got that covered. And that's really how I operate now, is I've been able to work from home for so many years now because of this industry. And one of the things I'll say is when I was getting out of the Army, okay, I got in, I went to ROTC. I was a second lieutenant. When I got commissioned, I was a tank platoon leader in Korea for a year. Then I went to Fort Hood, Texas, served in a tank battalion there. Ended up being an executive officer, which means you're second in command of a tank company of about 70 soldiers and some other mechanics and all that kind of stuff. And then I took over a headquarters company, which had over 350 soldiers and 150 vehicles. And when you're like 26, that's called a nightmare. But that's the kind of stuff you're in charge of, people's lives, and in charge of soldiers' lives 24/7. There's no like we go home at work, and there's none of that stuff. It's like 24/7. So anyone that's been in the military understands that level of responsibility, whether you had a couple people that you worked with or you had a whole bunch of people that you were in charge of. And it's the ability to make it happen. And what happens is when we get out of the military, we lose a lot of our leadership stuff because the civilian world just doesn't, civilian world just doesn't demand it. It doesn't demand it, and it doesn't even know what to do with it. And so when I got out of the Army, I was thinking, man, I do not want to work for anybody. I was like, I don't want to work for anybody. I've been doing all these things. Now, when I was in the Army, I was driving a little crappy car. I was making decent, okay for a single person, but we started to have a baby and all those things. I'm like, man, I got to get out. I want to get out of the military. So about 7 years, I started looking to get out. I had real estate. I had 3 properties I bought when I was a lieutenant. I don't know how I put it together, but I had 3 properties. I was doing stock market, basically losing money in the stock market, trying to figure that stuff out. And I thought, you know, if I could get residual income, then I wouldn't have to get a job. And so you might be in a place, if I could just replace this, then, man, I wouldn't have to have one of those jobs or something like that. And if you're in that position, that's kind of where I was at. But I was like, okay, what do I do? And so instead of going to all the corporate jobs that everyone was doing, I decided not to do that right away. I was 30 years old. I had just sort of 7 years active, and I ended up getting a job. I did get a job in corporate America. But before that, I tried a couple other businesses because I read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He said, you need to own your own business. He was a Marine helicopter pilot. I was like, man, it just speaks to me. I was like, I'm going to relate to this. But I didn't know what type of business to do. And that's kind of key with like what's going on right now. So I started a little mini franchise. I couldn't afford a big franchise. So I started this little mini gift basket franchise. I know it sounds silly, but it was actually something I saw in the Wall Street Journal. And I was like, it's got to be legit. So I started working on it and started doing it. But you know, meanwhile, I need to make some real income. I was making about $50,000 in the Army at that point when I got out. Then I read, then I also bought vending machines. I mean, this is back in like 2000, 2001. So, you know, and I was like, my gosh, I spent a lot of money, 3,000, 5,000. I mean, Aaron's showing businesses here, you can start for $400. I mean, it's a joke compared to like what a lot of people spend to get started in business. So I did those things, wasn't making it. And then I put an application in to the CIA, which I'm glad I didn't join that. I decided I want to do that. And I ended up getting a job at Dell. While I was at Dell, I read a book, and the author was a part of a network marketing business. I started working on it, and 2 years later, I had made a 6-figure income part-time, and then went on to create you know, multiple 6 figures, and made a lot of money in that. Had a really cool residual income for over 12 years. And about 9 years ago, we decided to start this new business, and I started all over again. And I'm telling you now, it's the stories, it's the impact that the products have on people. If you've tried this stuff before, like Hannibal talked about, you know, if you're skeptical, good, bring it on. So what? Get started, try it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, our first distributor, if you're from the military, the first person that's the first rep in our company was Navy Special Operations, okay? So the first rep, we call them representatives in our company, the first person is a Navy Special Operations guy. What do you think we think like? We think in ways of accomplishing the mission, making things happen. And so, you know, when I was working in corporate, I realized layoffs happen, all that kind of stuff goes on. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to turn this back over to Aaron here. In this day and age, right now, you may have I don't know what reason why you'd want to do this. Like you probably have something like, I want to be able to do this. It's going to change as you keep getting more success. Now I coach high school football for fun. I do it for free. I'm here in the local community, and all the businesses that I go interact with, they're all shut right now. Like they're all shut down. Like my friends are like, my business is toast. You know, people are wondering when they're going to go back to work. I mean, the high schools, I drove by the football field today. I was like, man, can you imagine? Like, what if we didn't have that foot? What is going on? So in this economy, in this situation, this global pandemic and all of these things that we, you know, I can tell you one of the things that you need to do is take charge of your income. You know, we defended, we fought for freedom, and it's time to claim your own. And the best way to do that is to get financial freedom. That's what I figured out. I figured out the best way to have freedom, true freedom, is to have financial freedom. And during this last couple of weeks, it's the largest numbers I've seen in the last 19 years I've been doing home-based business, the largest income, the largest sales. Things are going crazy. So we have ways of doing it. So however way you did it before, we have Zooms, we have online trainings. We have all of these things going on a constant basis that can help you transform yourself and build your business. So with Aaron, I'm so excited. I mean, this literally could be the opportunity of your lifetime. And just think, if you can relate to some of these stories, there's a lot more. There's so many more that you'll see as you come in, and we look forward to working with you. And so I'll turn it back to Aaron. It's been my privilege to be here. Thank you, all you patriots out there. I'll turn it back to Aaron.
Thank you so much, Steve. And you guys think about this. If you're someone and you're watching this, I know that you're thinking about people that need more energy. I know that you're thinking about people that need to lose weight. Maybe they've got inflammation, they want to sleep better, whatever it is. But what would you do? Okay, so if you had control, right? So you heard from Steve, and he's lived this, you guys. This isn't something that he's hoping one day. This is something that he's been through the process, right? So he's fought for his freedom. He's fought for, for his finances. He's fought for his health, and he's helping others. And that's what's so neat about this community of people. You know, what are you looking to do financially? Well, if you want to be a part of a winning team, we've got it. This is the winning team. Our company is called RX, ARIIX. And it says on the top of the page, unstoppable growth. You just heard from Steve. I mean, we're hitting some of the biggest numbers that we have ever seen in an economy where a lot of companies are going bankrupt, you guys. Everything that you're looking for in a company we have here. We have corporate offices in 13 countries around the world. We can do business in about 40 different markets. But, you know, none of that matters except for this. Is this something that you see yourself doing? Is this something that you want to be a part of a winning team? Do you want to be a part of a community that actually cares that it is really no man or woman left behind? All you got to do is have a desire to want to win, and we provide the tools and the support to help you achieve that. Guys, if you're somebody that was on here, make sure you get back with whoever invited you to this presentation. They can help you get started. They can plug you into a system. They can help lead you down a path where you can win for yourself and your family, where you can now go to fight for your health, fight for your family, fight for your finances. Guys, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless.